Hey guys, this is Mrs. Thompson. Today we're starting a Spanish tile project, and we're going to be making a stamp using first a piece of paper, and then we're going to transfer it to a piece of foam, and the foam is going to be our stamp. The first thing we're going to do today is make our symmetrical design on this square paper. So symmetrical means it's the same on both sides. So I just drew a line from one corner to the other. That's my line of symmetry. And on this side of the line, it's going to match this side. So we want to make sure both sides are the same. And an easy way to do that is to fold it in half. You can just match up corners. This is kind of the hard part. Make sure you fold it on that line so the corners match, because we want both sides to be exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to do half of a design here. When I finish this design, I can use the light box or the window, or I can just try to see through it and then transfer the design to the other side. Okay. We have some inspiration here. You can use these as inspiration, or you can make your own designs. That is up to you, whatever you choose. Now, I think I'm just going to take some inspiration from some of these. I don't think I'm going to copy it directly. So let's see what happens. Remember, I'm only doing half of a design. So I wouldn't draw this whole thing, I would only draw half of it. I'm just going to keep going. Let's see, what other elements do I want to add? Maybe a curve. Maybe add some circles. No right or wrong way to do this. It doesn't even really need to look like anything. Alright, I think that's good enough. To see it better, you can always trace it with a Sharpie or a pen. Just going to go over these just to darken the lines so that I can trace the other half of the design easy enough. Alright, looks good to me. Now I'm going to turn it over. And if you use the light box or the window, you should really be able to see through this paper to transfer your design to the other side. So this is what it looks like so far. Now I'm going to head over to the light box or the window, and with my pencil I'm going to start tracing the design to the other side. Alright, so now that I have gone to the light box or window and traced my design to the other side, what I'm going to do is go over it with a Sharpie, and then I'm going to take my Sharpie and make sure that those lines all connect. So from one side of symmetry to the other, make sure your design is connecting at the fold. Now that I have my complete design, I'm going to grab my piece of foam and tape it to the back of my design. Now we're going to tape it so it doesn't move around, and you want to make sure the corners and everything are lined up perfectly. So make sure the edge is lined up with the edge, fold it over, and put a piece of tape there on the back. I also would like you to lightly write your name on the back of the foam. So you can do this with a pencil or with a pen, like a ballpoint pen, and you're not looking to put any ink down or anything down on the paper. You're just using the pencil or pen to print the design from the paper to the foam. So you're going to press pretty hard and go over your design. You want to press hard just to make sure the design is actually transferring from the paper and all the way through the foam.
You might see that it's like cutting through the paper a little bit. That is perfectly fine. Once you're done with the paper, you won't need it. You can just throw it away. So if it does cut through, that is okay. Just make sure you're using quite a bit of pressure to make sure the design is being transferred to the foam. So now that I'm done going over the entire piece using that ballpoint pen or pencil, I'm going to carefully peel off part of the paper and check underneath just to make sure that the design transferred. I also just put my name on the back here. So carefully peeling up some of the tape. All right, my design looks like it transferred, so I'm good to take off all the paper and tape and set it aside. And I'm just going to grab my pencil or again your ballpoint pen and just go over the foam. Go over the design that's on the foam just to fix any little mistakes, connect things to the edges, make sure that those lines are continuous, and try to even them out so they're not super shaky. So take your time, go back over your entire design. Take those lines all the way to the edge of the foam. And now you are done with this step of the Spanish tile project.